These are the tales and ramblings of two men, their dream of running a successful food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck.
Powered by Riverside.
Good morning, everybody. YouTube stream is up. Everything should be good to go. I think we're set. Welcome, Fran. If you guys, let me know if you guys heard the intro. That's the one part I'm not sure that it came through or not. So if you guys could let me know if you heard the intro, that would be great. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate that. That was the last setting that I wasn't sure that we had right. YouTube is up now. We started the show just a little bit late, Fran. Skippy was a couple minutes out still. He's still not here, so I'm just waiting for him. So we kind of held off for a couple minutes. That and I got a new laptop, and this is our first show back at my house. So I had to make sure everything was connected properly and set up. I just got home yesterday afternoon, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to play around. But yeah, YouTube is now up and live. I can see the screen right there. So we should be live at all the normal places. I'm just waiting for Skippy to come back into the show. So welcome everybody. It's been a couple weeks. I know most of you probably, unless you were listening live, didn't hear the show last week from the FTO Expo, and I know the sound was not awesome. Kind of the things you get with a live show from a live show floor. Just a lot of background noise, not a whole lot we could do about it. If we end up doing it again next year, we'll work on making sure that we can get some better sound going for that. As it was, I brought way too much equipment for my trip, so it was kind of a pain in the ass. So we'll figure it out for next year. Welcome, Chalco. Anybody joining, please make sure on the TikTok to give that a follow. That'd be much appreciated. So yeah, today's kind of what we're going to be looking at today. We'll kind of do another recap of the FTO conference, the expo, and how that went. Thank you, Fran. We appreciate it. Appreciate the follow. So yeah, we'll do another quick recap of that, kind of what we saw, what we liked, what we didn't like, or what I liked and didn't like. And then we'll kind of go through year-end numbers. I'm hoping to get a pretty good update on the cafe for Skippy. And kind of where, good morning, Pam. Kind of where Sweet Rex is for the end of the year and what we're looking at for the off season. Might end up being a pretty busy next few weeks for us. Keep getting requests for quotes for November and December. So I'm trying to figure out how much I am wanting to work versus how much time I have to work. We have some projects that we need to get completed in the trailer, including putting down new flooring. I'd rather not do that in February. So yeah, this warmer weather would be more ideal for taking everything out of that trailer and uprooting the floor and putting down new floor. So, but obviously we need some time to get that done, so we have to do that in between catering jobs. So yeah, just trying to plan everything. Welcome, Bobby. Plus we needed a new smoker ordered. Yeah, that should be ordered this week. Yeah, just busy. It seems like we're always busy now, which is good. I like that we're turning stuff over as quick as we are from one year to the next. I do want to wait for Skippy to go over a couple things. I think we talked about the airport viewing area that we do during the summer. It's been a really good location. They are rethinking how they do everything. Welcome, a girl who loves wrestling. Appreciate it. give us a follow if you would. Yeah, I just want to wait for Skippy to kind of talk through that. But they've pretty much only done 1 day a week through the summer, Wednesdays, and you had to be there from 10 to 4. There was lots of complaints from some food trucks saying that they can't get to dinner service after that if they're there until 4 o'clock. So they're kind of trying to rework it. And this last year it was a $50 a day type of thing, which was, I mean, more than well worth it. We were still able to make some dinners, but we were doing $1,500 dinner or lunches from that 10 to 4 every day, which is a pretty good stretch for us. So, well worth the $50 a day. But they're looking at some different pricing structures that are come and go as you want, any day of the week type of thing. Pay a flat fee. They haven't really set prices to that yet. They just want to see how everybody feels about it. So we're looking forward to seeing how that shakes out. Welcome, Birdie. Always the biggest issue. Turn down money to do projects, but man, I love making money. Yeah, me too. I'm always pretty selective with winter jobs. Pricing needs to be right. We won't cater a party of 20 unless they're willing to spend $50 a head. So it's just not to get the trailer dirty, and then to try to get it clean again while it's cold out is just not worth small jobs for me. So, Chad, we're going. Let me pull up the model. Hold on, I gotta get the correct info for you. I believe it's a Southern Pride. That's right. Oh. We were looking. That's definitely not the right one. No. I'll get there, Chad. Sorry. I had all of them saved. I can't remember where we made the decision at. I'll get it for you in a second, Chad. Skippy is coming. I promise. He's on his way. He had a vet appointment for his dog this morning. He's actually waking the ladder right now. Hey, you don't like me, Chad? Hi, Skippy. Everyone is very happy to see you.
I'm here.
Yes, Chad has been asking every 3 seconds where you are.
I'm here.
So, yeah, we were just talking about some things.
Rise and shine, little cluckers.
Mm-hmm. It's barbecue.
It's barbecue time. I saw Chad was. I'm glad Chad is ready for us.
Sorry, Chad. That eye roll was for you. I'm sorry that you think my microphone is annoying.
Yeah. So what's going on? What were we talking about?
Justin says, "Tell Skippy." Jason says, "Hi."
Jeez. Too many people. I'm fucking lost. Fucking lost.
Good job, Justin. Right over his head from the get-go. Perfect.
Hi, Jason. Wait, Jason's Bernie, isn't it? Yeah, Jason's Bernie, isn't it? Yeah. That's exactly right, yeah.
Steve says, good morning. Birdie says, how was the week of sales, Skippy?
I had an event. I absolutely had an event this weekend. Absolutely.
Excellent.
But to answer your question, it sucked. Have a great day. Okay. No, it wasn't. It wasn't horrible. For a Sunday, we went to our local apple orchard. We had to do a pie themed. It was a pie theme event. So of course they had a pizza guy serving up his famous wood-fired pies. Mm-hmm. I decided to do Frito pie, with homemade chili, and I was very proud of the chili I made. It's only my third time ever making chili from scratch. And we also did
You forgot the beans, though.
once you put beans in it, it's like soup, stew, whatever.
Apparently, if you have beans in something, it's stew.
I didn't say something. I said something like chili. But anyway, I'm not a bean fan, so I prefer what is called Texas red chili, which is basically meat based.
Yeah, which is why Bubba liked it, because it was Texas.
Absolutely.
So if it doesn't come from Texas or not based in Texas,
so
Bubba doesn't have anything to do with it.
He said Texas style, and I commented Skippy style, which everything we do is Skippy style. And then we did an apple pie pulled pork sandwich. So my local meat market sells a variety of jams, and I'm already known for putting jam on a pulled pork sandwich. I found this apple pie jam, and it was a jam that had little bits of chunky apples and cinnamon, stuff like that. So I put that on top of a pulled pork sandwich along with a apple habanero glaze. Are you doing that on purpose to rattle Chad?
Yep.
Okay. I think the concept is good. Maybe the execution could have been better. But otherwise, sales were about 1,200. We're definitely in the red this month because of World Foods, but please hold. I have to cough.
Ooh, excuse me.
Okay, I'm back. Now I can sing.
Not the ASMR people were looking for. I just belched, and that was pretty awful.
Well, so we have one of our last food truck events this coming Saturday. No real big specials. I might make chili again because it's supposed to be colder, but I'm still, even though it's raining right now, I'm still loving the 50-degree weather.
Yeah, we have snow in the forecast for the first time
Thursday?
this week.
Yeah. I think it's Thursday because that's the lowest temperature day.
It's rain and snow, but I mean, we're gonna get flurries at the best.
It won't stick.
There's snow in the forecast next week too for us, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, it won't stick.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
So
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, and then cafes, 3 more weeks. 3 more weeks. I went and sourced.
Good morning, Shane.
I went and sourced all of our equipment that we need to buy. Got a total for that. So I asked them, I'm like, do you deliver? And they're like, yeah, that delivers fine. I said, do you set up? They're like, kinda. I'm like, he's like, we'll deliver it to the parking lot, and it's your responsibility to get it in the door. Or for like $9 a mile, after the first 20, we'll bring it in for you and set it up.
White glove delivery, yeah.
like $9 a mile for something that's like what, 60 miles away. Woo.
But does that mean they'll take all their trash with them back? I think it's probably might be worth it.
It's $540 just to deliver it.
Yeah, what are you gonna do with those pallets?
Well, they take it off the pallet. They'll drop
Do
it.
they?
They'll drop it full. They'll take all their trash if you just have it delivered.
Are you sure?
Yes. Because they'll take it out. They'll drop it off their lift gate. You can roll it in.
All right.
That's what he said, at least. Cheers.
All the equipment I've had delivered on pallets is dropped on the pallet, still attached. So, which is why I have like 14 pallets at my house.
Should start making things out of them.
I know, with all my free time.
Hey, you got 3 months, bud.
I wish.
Make me a host stand.
Okay. Only if you promise to use it.
Well, listen here, fella. Needs to be functional. It needs to be neutral.
Okay. It'll all be natural wood. I'm not gonna. It might be as sturdy as Rich's little side table that he had his a guru on
Okay.
for his drums.
Yeah, we need a little
He still
bit more than that.
still has that table. Still has that table. It's still standing.
He does still have that table. He brings it out every now and then.
Yep.
Anyway, so we obviously
talking
saw
to you,
you
Skippy.
on Wednesday with Chris in the Food Truck Expo world. So what you want to talk about your overall thoughts? What the fuck are you looking at? Is there a bug?
Aliens.
Probably true.
Yeah, there was a lot happening in the world this last week.
Okay. Stuff you can mention on air?
Well, there's aliens.
Oh,
They live in the ocean.
they do? What are they?
Have you not heard this?
Let me Google it. Aliens.
Wow,
It
Skippy.
automatically come up. Aliens in the ocean.
Yes.
Please hold.
Oh my gosh, Skippy's been under a rock the last week.
The first one that comes up is the BBC. The quote-unquote alien life forms discovered in the deep ocean. Congress hears UFOs are in the ocean. Witnesses testify.
So it has been in front of Congress testified that the U.S. government has alien craft, alien bio, so beings, video proof in 4K, and that they live in the oceans. That there are alien colonies in the oceans.
Awesome.
Yes.
That's why I don't go near oceans. Oceans can kill you. Lakes?
How do we know?
Okay.
Hey,
oceans? Not so much.
We've known about this since the 50s, they say.
Oh. So there's
So if they were here to kill us, they would have done it by now.
True that.
But it also explains, possibly, why maybe we were doing all those nuclear tests underwater.
Yeah, because
maybe they weren't tests.
They were definitely not tests, probably.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yes, Skippy, we have confirmed now that we do have possession of alien technology that we are trying to reverse engineer. They said they have a craft that they have been able to get to fly, partially. They've gotten it off the ground.
But did you know aliens in the ocean? Megan Thee Stallion's revelation. Sorry.
I hope that was not their eyewitness, because it said credible eyewitness.
Aliens in the Ocean song Just Dance 6-song list. Aliens in the Ocean 2024. Wow. Okay. Alien tech could be in the ocean, an astronomer thinks. I mean, it doesn't. Like, I'm looking at NPR.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing really. There's only a couple things from like this year.
No, this has all been in the last week.
Oh, all right.
But again, if it's there and we're admitting it, show us.
Yeah, I mean, just
let us have it. Got it. We're ready.
But who owns it? The U.S. or somebody else?
Apparently, the guy that was testifying says he can't confirm what other countries know or have. Only what the U.S. has.
Huh.
Justin says, I wonder if you could barbecue an alien. You can barbecue anything. You just time and temp, man. You just got to figure out the time and temp. Might take a couple tries. Yeah. I mean, at this point, if they're living underwater, is it like fish? Like, is it?
Do they have gills?
So here's the thing. Here's my theory now.
Can you catch them?
The lost city of Atlantis never sunk. It's always been underwater. It's always been an alien city.
Okay.
And there was just visitors to it.
So Donald Trump, our new president-elect, will now come with, instead of Space Force, we'll call it Ocean Force.
Ocean Force. Justin is opening Out of This World Barbecue in 25.
Absolutely. On a boat. Did they say where these things were?
In the ocean.
Well, I know that. Where in the ocean?
Under it. I don't know. It's big.
No, like Pacific, Atlantic, Indian,
Yes, all of them.
all of the oceans?
I don't think they gave the coordinates. No. Bermuda Triangle, maybe. Gulf Shores,
It's kind of
Alabama.
where I was going.
That's probably right. Bermuda Triangle.
Grand
Some
Rapids,
other,
Michigan.
myths and-
WOOD. New documents released by Canada's Department of National Defense have put to bed rumors of aliens shot down near Lake Huron. An unidentified flying object was shot down by an F-16. It was octagonal with strings hanging off.
It's a new ocean called the Alien Ocean.
Yes. Yes. It's called Lake Superior.
Yes.
Or Lake Michigan. Maybe they have tunnels like underneath the land that they just go to big lakes too. Like we're surrounded by lakes, so we're surrounded by aliens. That explains Chad.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
I mean,
what else?
Yeah. So what? That's what you missed in the news this week. The Food Truck Owners Expo. Excuse me.
Yeah, what's
I know the audio sucked. I'm sorry. I already went through some of that with before you got on the air. Your experience there would depend on how you went into it. If you went in with an open mind and with an attitude of learning and talking to people and hearing other points of view on how to do things and how they do things, then you probably had a very nice couple days there. If you went in thinking you already know everything and aren't open to personal growth, then you probably had a very not worthwhile 2 days.
Really?
So, yeah.
I guess I don't know why people would go there not hoping for growth, or like if you know everything, why would you even go?
Yeah. So yeah, it was. I mean, I've been doing this for 5 years, 6 years, whatever. We've seen a lot of stuff. We've figured out a lot of stuff on our own. I think I have a pretty good understanding of how the business works and how we can be successful in the business. You never know what you're going to pick up at a session. You never, whether it's something you had thought about, 2 years ago, and for whatever reason didn't get implemented, and then you hear it pop up again. There's something you've been toying around with that you hear somebody else talk about. You're like, oh, maybe it validates something that you were thinking about doing. Or it's a good space to bounce ideas off other food truck owners. Talk about food in different regions of the country, barbecue trucks or similar trucks or different trucks. You never know what you're going to get from another truck, let alone the speakers. Did I pick up a lot? Picked up a good amount. I felt it was worthwhile. It was good to kind of build a local network, add to my local network of food truck owners and national network. Learned about how to use ChatGTP, which, if I had wanted to, I'm sure I could have figured it out and worked my way through it. But it was not anything that I was looking to do, but after sitting through the session, I was like, well, maybe I can apply it to some of the stuff we're doing and maybe make life a little bit easier in the long run. Yeah.
I got to put you on mute for a second. I got to take a call.
No problem. So as I said before, it was split about half and half. So half current truck trailer owners versus half people that are looking to get into the business. And probably 40% of that half didn't even have a truck purchased yet or was in the process. Like they were so far at the beginning of the process. So, for them, it's such a wealth of information. And for us seasoned people, if you are open-minded, you're going to get something out of it. That's true of any conference, any expo, show floor that you go to. Now I know that from this industry, most people aren't used to those kind of atmospheres. I've been to enough trade shows and conferences to know that not all the sessions are winners. They don't all apply to you, but you can get something out of most of them. And this was the first year, so they're working their way through it. They wanted to appeal to the newer crowd because they thought they could get that crowd in easier, and they did. So now that crowd is in, they can start to get more sessions. So the next show is going to be bigger. They'll have more sessions geared towards us more experienced truckers. How do you go from $400,000 in sales to $600,000 in sales? So I'm looking forward to that. I hope they have more panels on things that kind of there wasn't panels on. Social media marketing. There was a lot of marketing stuff. A lot of it was geared outside of the realm of social media for whatever reason. A couple of presenters flat out said that it wasn't worth the time. So hope they have more variety in that way, and I think they will next year. So I did post that the two new ones for next year, they were announced pretty much 5 minutes after we got done with the show.
Yeah, I saw that.
They had it thrown up on the screens. So Vegas in July, and then New Jersey in December.
Which why can't it be flipped? Like, why can't you go to New Jersey in July?
Because they want to do them in areas. So in the South, the off season is in the summer. So they want an area close to those southern states for them to travel to. In the winter, the northern states have their off season. So therefore you have a northern site. So it's close travel. They want to pull in trucks from New York and Pennsylvania and Michigan, where you don't necessarily have to fly in for that demographic,
I guess.
But yeah. Oh, Justin says, I'm sure it's cheap to book Vegas in the summer. It is crazy cheap. And not just for conferences, because there's always conferences going on in Vegas, always. But for, like, if you wanted to skip it's an $80 flight each way, at most $80 each way to fly to Vegas in July.
I heard Spirit was filing for bankruptcy.
They did file for bankruptcy. It doesn't mean they're closing.
No, it's restructuring.
They're looking to restructure. They're going to sell a whole bunch of planes. I'm keeping my eye on that stock, though. If it does a big old dip, I might buy a bunch. So
there you go.
Or you just hop on the rebound.
Or you just short it.
I don't think they're gonna close. If they do, so I mean, yeah, if you want to hedge your bet, hop on Allegiant, buy some Allegiant stock while you're at it. Because if Spirit's gone, it's only Allegiant left for those types of flights. So I don't think Allegiant's going anywhere anytime soon. So yeah, it's hotels are super cheap out there. Everything is outside of, food, but you can find cheap food in Vegas in July, even so.
I don't know if I go to Vegas in July.
Why not?
I don't know. Because
it's hot.
Because July is our prime season. You could go.
Not for me. We had a pretty good July this last year, but it was still our slowest of our main season.
I still believe it was your best July ever by a long shot.
Well, yeah, but
by a long shot. You, if I remember right,
because we did $27,000 last year in July.
I understand, but
but yeah, if you have people and you can leave your truck for a couple days, then yeah.
Did they say when in July?
No, when they posted, they didn't have dates. I haven't looked back at their website since I've left to see if they actually had dates. But I can reach out to Sheldon and figure out what the dates are. It'll be a Tuesday, Wednesday again, I'm sure. So yeah, for me, it'd be missing 3 days of work. So 3 days of truck work.
A nonstop flight right now, and this is via Southwest Airlines from Detroit to
250 round trip minimum, if not each way.
I don't know what their all their things are. So there's like business select, anytime, want to get away plus want to get away.
Yeah, want to get away is their cheapest
Okay.
section.
So $279
Round trip or each way?
round trip.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, it's round trip. Leave at 10:45, get there at 12:05. It's a 4.5 hour flight. Just
Yep. Yeah, it's 4 out of Grand Rapids on Allegiant. But you're going to spend half that. But if you need to check a bag, it's going to be, $50 and
yeah, I'd go with a duffel bag that I can put up over. My wife, on the other hand, would pack for death.
Bernie says, let's party in New Jersey. New Jersey has an awesome smell, great pizza, and the people are so nice. And the drivers are very courteous on the road. I am not catching any sarcasm there.
Yes, there was absolutely zero sarcasm there. I'm glad you love it. I do want to go visit Sal in New Jersey, the guy who makes the special pizza that he does the TikToks about.
Let me see here. Let's see. Let's just say
there's a couple barbecue places in New York I'd love to try.
So, assuming I'm going to go mid-July, Southwest might be the way to go. Currently, $230 round trip for Allegiant.
Yeah, that's cheaper.
But it's without a bag, so you're going to pay $50 each way for a bag, or $35 each way for a bag, or whatever it is. So you add in all the other things that Allegiant does. Pick a seat you're going to get paid. You're going to pay for and that. So, but I'm surprised Southwest is that cheap.
Well, again, I don't know if that didn't include bags, probably.
Yes, it does.
Oh, it does?
Bags fly free for Southwest.
Hmm.
You get a checked bag and a carry-on.
Well, isn't that nice?
Yeah. So yeah, if the prices are the same, Southwest is the way to go. You're going to get a little bit more room in the plane too.
I don't fly enough, so I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, let me see what it is out of Grand Rapids for that flight. But, so yeah, am I interested in going back? 100%. Yeah, timing has to work. Timing has to work for us. So, I would say July is more likely than December, just because of family obligations and stuff in December, for me. But again, not knowing the dates, who knows? So yeah, right now I'm thinking July is probably more likely for me to go out to Vegas, and I love Vegas. So
I have to apologize. It's $572.96 round trip.
Yeah, so it's each way, $270 each way. Yeah. Yep.
Whoops.
So yeah, Allegiant is the way to go.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, I was shocked that was even close to price.
But 2 bags fly free.
Yep.
And no change or cancel fees. Change your flight later without a fee. Yeah. Fare difference may apply. That's not bad.
So if I did... So let me go through the whole process here. Why don't I have a saved...
I don't know.
Traveler. Oh, because I'm not logged in. Anyway, so yeah, definitely would look forward to going. I recommend it in hopes that everything gets a little bit better next year, which I think it would. The sessions and everything. So I recommend it.
Fantastic.
Let's see here. So if I do that and I do...
Actually, I just looked up Delta. Delta's cheaper, $407 round trip. I would take Delta in a heartbeat.
But is it nonstop?
Yeah.
Oh, you're flying out of Detroit though, right? Probably.
Yes.
Yeah. Detroit has a lot more nonstop flights. It's harder to get nonstop flights out of Grand Rapids if it's not Allegiant.
True.
So on the way back. Let's say there. Well, that's a big plane coming back. Personal, and I do a check bag.
By the way, according to Bruce, you never got back to him on your renewal.
Oh, yeah, I have not. I am renewing. I just got it. Sorry, I forgot. So for me, full round trip with a check bag each way and selecting decent seats towards the front of the plane. 394 total.
Not bad.
No.
How much luggage?
And that
how much did Angie's tickets cost with the kids? And I imagine she all had some good amount of luggage.
But yeah, there wasn't anything more.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
that's good.
They had 2 check bags because they flew Allegiant down and we flew Southwest back. Just because of dates.
Yeah.
There's not flights every day, every way. So,
well, maybe I'll go to Vegas. I've never been to Vegas before.
So, I don't know why I'm not getting more. I don't have more points accrued. I just bought 7,000 tickets.
Whoops. When did Chris go back?
He came back the day after, so Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't stay any longer. Yeah, it was a good trip. We had a nice room. It was a good vacation after that.
Let's talk about the food truck park.
I'm going to assume that we were just there at the wrong time. So lots of trucks, tons of trucks. 90% of them were closed.
Really?
When we got there, but we were also there at like 3:00 in the afternoon. So I'm not sure if everybody's open during lunch. They shut down for a couple hours and then everybody opens back up for dinner. That'd be my guess.
Did it cost to get in?
Yeah. It was $2 for parking. We walked around. We did a couple of loops. Looked at those that were open. Nothing really looked. Food looked good. I wasn't in the mood for Caribbean food, and that's what mostly was still open. And there was a sushi truck. Yeah.
I wonder how much they pay.
Not one truck said hi to us as we walked by twice. We didn't get greeted by a single person. So
like you stopped and looked at the menu, or you just walking by?
I stopped and looked at the menu. Even if I was walking by, there was somebody in the window of every one of them.
They were
chilling there, waiting for an order. Say hi, wave.
Yeah, do you have any questions? Anything I can help you with? What are you in the mood for?
Anything.
So is that what you guys do when you're just out?
Justin said $271 from Nashville to Vegas, round trip. I'm guessing. See you in Vegas, buddy. What'd you say?
Is that what you do on your food truck? Is say hi to everybody that walks by?
Try to. Yeah, if we see somebody walking by and we make eye contact, 100%.
I agree.
We're not out there barking,
sign twirling,
Hey, come on, get some food. I mean, it's not anything, but yeah, I mean, someone walks by our window and we notice them, 100% we're saying something to them. Interacting with them in some way.
I mean, it makes sense. I look at when I first started thinking about food trucking, I watched a lot of Great Food Truck Race.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that's what you had to do to be successful, was have somebody out front taking orders and we'll say barking, but
that's what it is. I mean,
I mean, like when you used to go to Art Van to buy a couch and you got accosted by 17 people as you walked in. That's what I felt like you had to do to be successful, and now doing it, I don't even believe that's a thing, and I think that's just a show thing.
No, that is not just a show thing. That happens.
Really?
It was brought up at the conference.
Really?
As something you need to do to bring people in. Yep, especially at like an organized food truck event where there's multiple food trucks. Highly recommended that you have somebody out there doing that.
Really?
Drawing attention to yourself and your vehicle.
Yes. Well, not to mention a wrap. 50%.
Oh yeah, I mean that's 50% right there.
So if you had your trailer wrapped, you could do another 200,000 in sales.
Oh, that's, according to them, yes.
Fucking crazy.
It'll pay for itself in 3 to 6 weeks.
Depends on how much it costs you to fucking wrap the damn thing.
So the last quote I got was from a guy that I know does this stuff. He said no more than $6,400 for both sides of our trailer.
Is that a full
So-
wrap, or do you just want graphics?
That's a full wrap.
See, I just want graphics. I mean, my trailer's already black, so there's really nothing else. But I would just take the
Yeah.
logo and stickers and stuff like that and put stuff on there.
Well, yeah, I would just do it yourself. I mean, I ordered the vinyl for our trailer. That's what I did have it on the back. But I ordered full panels, and it was relatively cheap. I
Yeah.
just got gun shy about putting them on after we had such a hard time with the smoker one.
Yeah.
But the smoker was also warm, so it stretched super easy once it got warm.
Yeah.
So it got distorted a little bit. But even so, the other ones I ordered, I got super good. Our logo came in like 8 pieces, and not all just like rectangles.
Yeah.
like we would have to make sure everything lined up right. Yeah. Chad, to answer your question, the old Hickory CTO DW is what we're kind of looking at. So
I talked about those last week with the dealer guy.
yeah,
Well, when I called him, he's like, I happen to have one in my garage that's only been used twice. They just sent it to me. I'm like, you want to just send it to me?
yeah,
He's like, I'm just gonna light a fire in it now. I'm like, sure you.
don't burn yourself with all that extra space it's taking up.
Yeah.
Let me come get it
Yeah,
for you.
I will. I'll be down there, lickety split.
So yeah. I don't know what we're talking. Yeah, so the park was cool.
Did you see any other food trucks?
The food trucks everywhere, and especially in Orlando, there are trucks everywhere. We saw a couple of different like parking lot rallies.
Really?
Some like a shopping center that would have 4 trucks all in a little U set up in it in the middle of the day on a weekday, a Wednesday, Tuesday type of thing. So saw a few of those. It's we see them late though as we're driving by, and that was kind of a suggestion that was made after the Houston Food Truck Expo. Was, hey, can you provide like a list of local food trucks?
That'd be awesome.
That if we want to go visit, we can do that. Not necessarily, like the big giant food truck parks, but what's your list of good quality food trucks, that we can see in the area and kind of talk to if we want to and patronize,
Yeah.
So hopefully that gets kind of through to them on the next show. That'd be great to have. So yeah, there's food trucks everywhere. I don't think we ate at any food trucks while we were there.
Holy crap. Sorry.
No, you're
I
good.
just Googled like barbecue food trucks in Florida, and I
Mhm.
found one called Barbecue Art Company. Okay. And I'm on their website. It says, our
Mhm.
barbecue combines traditional cuisine with the simplicity of comfort food barbecue and Southern hospitality. I like it. It's simple.
Okay.
So they have three items listed: Russian coleslaw, brisket by the pound and half pound, and pulled pork by the pound and half pound. They say their brisket's $35 a pound or $20 a half pound. And
Okay.
it says smoked and then sous vide brisket.
Okay.
First of all, why do you put that on there? Like, why? Is the sous vide a
Because
millennial thing or a Gen Z thing?
my guess is to explain how they're cooking it when people don't see smoke rolling and they see brisket coming out of a water pan. When you're on a truck, it's a whole lot easier to see cooking processes.
True. So they have what looks to be a Southern Dimensions trailer.
So if you have some windows with some open kitchens and you see a pouch of brisket coming out of some water, I guarantee you they start listing it a little bit differently in the descriptions.
Yeah,
You know,
that makes sense. I mean, I definitely get it.
even from some of our big name friends. You know, that's how they do it, right? They cook it all at once, and then they're reheating it sous vide style, right?
Yes,
More or less.
realistically, yes. That's
Yes. So if you're looking and you walk into a restaurant not knowing the things that we know, it has a little bit different of a stigma,
yeah.
right? So yeah, maybe that was, instead of answering the question 100 times in a day, like, let's just put it in the description.
The Russian coleslaw is hand shredded cabbage, cucumbers, bell peppers, carrots, white vinegar, and dill. I
Interesting.
wonder what makes that Russian.
No.
I really do like Googling, other barbecue food trucks and see kind of where they are.
Mhm.
And what they do, what they're, like this one that I was just talking about. Every Wednesday they're at a brewing company for lunch. Like I think here, our breweries, I mean, you have one, Wiseman, that opens up, but they really don't open up like for lunchtime.
Mhm.
So I just wonder if, since I don't know anything about that brewery, if they actually um, if they actually open up for lunch. But I mean, 11 to 2, 11 to 3 or whatever like that, is that going to be enough? It must be enough. It must be. Anyway,
I would assume so if they're there every time.
yes. And then I like looking at people's names. Like, are you happy to be called Fat G?
Yeah.
He's got a 5 point.
Otherwise he wouldn't have the name.
True.
It would be Don't Call Me Fat G Barbecue.
Fat G Barbecue and Catering is a 5-star 88 review Google review.
It'd be fat, not fat.
Oh, it's FAT. It's definitely FAT on this guy.
So, yeah. So when I travel, especially to other regions of the country, I don't seek out barbecue. I don't ever seek out barbecue. Doesn't mean I won't eat it, but it's not. I prefer regional cuisine versus barbecue that I've more than likely had. For me to seek out a barbecue place, it would have to be like a barbecue fusion type of thing.
Okay. I can respect that.
So, like in Miami, like I didn't seek out burgers and fries. We had our fair share of that, but
Just some mojo?
I'm looking for some Cuban food or some Latin food or, something regional to the area of that people. So that's what I'm looking for. I can get whatever I get normally anywhere.
Yeah.
But what's the point of that? It's for me, part of traveling is immersing yourself in local cultures and stuff, especially when you get to culturally diverse areas of our country.
I can understand
like
that.
Florida. And while we're on the subject of Florida and the city of Miami.
Yeah, let's talk about Miami.
The worst traffic city I've ever driven in.
Really?
Hands down, by far, worse than Chicago. Chicago's
bad.
Chicago is a shining example of big city traffic. It's great. It's not bad. And you avoid a few hours out of the day, Chicago's not bad. Really.
I can get with that. Yeah.
LA is not horrible. I've driven through LA during rush hour. Not the worst. I've been in Boston. Boston's up there just because their little side roads that aren't main roads are terrible.
There's so many turns, twists and turns.
They're alleyways, and they're all one-way alleyways, and there's not enough room to actually turn on these alleyways because they were designed for horses and not cars.
Exactly.
I have driven in a lot of large cities that are historically bad for traffic.
Really?
Miami proper is not in the top 25 for population. They're 10th for metro areas. 10th for metro areas. It is the worst city I've ever driven in my life.
Wow.
Our average drive to anywhere we went was 15 miles.
Really?
We spent no less than 45 minutes everywhere we went.
Ugh.
The airport's 3 miles away. We left at 4 o'clock in the morning. It still took us 25 minutes to get there.
Wow.
Every minute of the day
there's something
is bad traffic. Bad traffic every minute of every day. It is horrendous. and it makes me never want to go to Miami again. And there was cool things in Miami. Like, I never, ever desire to be back there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the worst traffic ever. And I think it's mostly because there's so much water in Miami. So there's all these small little islands
Yeah.
of populations and buildings and things. And it's like 6 lanes each way. But it got to be a joke when we get in the car and put in the directions. There's just, due to larger than expected or volumes of traffic. I'm like, it's every time we get in the car. How can this be larger than expected? We expected it.
My gosh. Yeah, I'm not a big.
Yeah.
As much as I like to drive, I'm definitely not a traffic guy. I actually kind of hate traffic.
It was.
But I would rather drive. So.
Oh my gosh, it was so horrendous, and it started as soon as I left Orlando. I mean, Chris and I were joking in Orlando that it's 30 minutes everywhere in Orlando, and that's just because of the way the highways are laid out around all the parks, and Disney owns so much property, whatever. But I had planned on a 3-hour drive from Orlando to Miami, and I had a good hour and a half in, and then it turned to stop and go for the next 3.5 hours because it took me 4.5 to get there. Yeah. But other than that, it was a good trip. I had lots of fun. If you are friends with me on Facebook, I did a whole photo dump. There's this place called the Smorgasburg, and there's 3 of them in the country, all with the same name. It's pretty much like a food truck park with some live music. It's permanent-ish.